Welcome back to Off-Grid Runner Ranch. So what we're doing this week is we're putting in the form boards. Man, we're one step closer to getting the concrete done. One of our biggest challenges is it's sand out here. So what I used a 2x8 to make the top board very strong so it can hold the form of the concrete. And then underneath, what I did was I was going to put plywood. And the purpose of that plywood is to hold back the loose sand after we pack it back in. Now in between each 2x8 by 10, what I used a 4-foot 2x4 and I screwed it with 3-inch nails through, and that was my joint. Also, the black stakes that you see here that I'm screwing into, those are 3-foot stakes. Now those 3-foot stakes are pounded in below the level of the concrete where the concrete's in, so it's not in the way. And then I screw them in when it's level. We also came back later with a transit and checked everything out, and everything was perfect. All right, so what I'm doing here now is I'm going to show Joe here how we can adjust it later. And all I do is take a 2x4 perpendicular to the form board, screw it in, stake it down. Makes it super easy, and I can make it perfectly straight. And here she is, finished. It looks so nice, man. It's good to have her done. And then here we are chilling at the campfire that night, just relaxing after a long day's worth of work. All right, so it's the next morning. Now we're putting up that plywood. As you can see here, we're cutting it to size. And then what I'm doing is I'm taking little pieces of plywood that we offcut, and I'm screwing through the side that we're standing on, around. I made little flat plates, and I screwed those around the little black posts. Now what that allows me to do in the future is after the concrete's poured, I just pull them posts right back out. I leave the plywood there and never retrieve it. That's just to hold it back so I don't have to pay for all that concrete to fill that area in. All right, that finishes the plywood portion of it. So next what we're going to do is we're going to use the tractor. We're going to backfill to where the plywood is. That way when we pour the concrete, it doesn't just bust out the plywood anyways, because it's just kind of sitting there. It's really not very strong. So Joe's just loosening up the dirt for me. I'm trying to separate the rocks, and then just take the fluff and push it down there, because the rocks kind of were banging it and pushing it out. So we just worked as a team. It worked pretty nice. All right, so that went pretty good. Here's my wife helping me finish her up there. And basically, that's it. That's what we did for our forms. It held the sand back, it kept everything true. And now, next week, is gonna be rebar. There's thousands of pounds. I think it was like 3 tons of steel and thousands of wire ties. It's a crazy foundation. You have to stay tuned and check it out. Thanks for watching, and if you like what you see, please like and subscribe. Thanks.